Welcome to the Transforming Matters podcast, where ordinary women do the extraordinary. I'm your host, Rachel Babaganov, and today we have Nicole Böhm. And Nicole and I met in Peru a little over a month ago, and I had the pleasure and the honor to be able to sit in a Kambo session with her, and it was the first time for me. And it really was a very deep experience for me, a really cleansing experience for me. And so I'm so grateful that we get to talk about the Kambo medicine today and about your journey. So welcome, Nicole. Thanks for being here.
Hi, welcome.
So nice to have you here. Yeah, of course. And, I just want to say, English is Nicole's third language. So it's like freaking impressive that she's here sitting, and I'm really grateful for your time. And I think we just dive right into Kambo because I never had heard of it. So for me, it was really new. So maybe a lot of the listeners don't know what Kambo is. So maybe you want to share a little bit about what Kambo is, how it's used. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Rachel.
My
it's
pleasure.
an honor to be here and to sit with you here and doing the podcast. As you mentioned, I'm Nicole. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Munich, and I did my Kambo practitioner's school this summer. Because Kambo helped me a lot in my life, and it's the medicine for myself, and I want to share it with people I love and also with people to help them heal themselves and to let go.
It's beautiful.
First of all, I'm an aromatherapist, but I also did my bachelor's in economics and languages, and
A woman of all trades.
and now currently I'm doing my master's degree, like I'm finishing it in real estate, so it's completely different, like two complete different worlds: aromatherapy, indigenous healing methods, and real estate. But
Completely different.
Sure, I will find a way to combine these two worlds together. My plan is to work with sustainable companies building sustainable houses and help the world heal with Kambo and other methods.
Beautiful.
As I mentioned, I'm from Munich, and I was always connected to nature because my grandparents are from Czech Republic. So as a kid, I spent every holidays in the Czech Republic, building tree houses and doing games in nature, hiding and seeking, and also building all the natural things and games and houses for animals and all that stuff.
So always a deep connection with nature.
I was connected with nature, and also my grandparents. We were searching for mushrooms and cooking and all that kind of stuff.
Love it.
And somehow in college I lost the connection to nature a little bit because my interest went to partying and gossiping and
As
all
it
that.
happens.
Yeah. Also in a big city like Munich, it happens a lot and quick. So I disconnected from the nature, from my inner nature and my interest. But I came back to it when I went to Görlitz. It's a small town in Saxony where I studied my bachelor. And there I reconnected with the nature, with plants. I collected plants and herbs and dried them, made tinctures, and did my aromatherapy practice there too, like in between my study time. I did also the aromatherapist. And I found myself again, and I grounded myself, and I'm super grateful and thankful that I had the time in Görlitz to find myself again, because if I would have stayed in Munich, I think I wouldn't reconnect that fast again with myself and nature. So I'm super grateful.
I'm also super grateful because now you have found something that's so precious for the world, and it's also so cool that you can bridge the two worlds between, something like real estate, which is much more I don't want to say mind driven,
yeah.
but it's different. And then also to bring this natural connection where you're working with medicine and also like making beautiful scents. The last days we've been using a lot of your sprays and they're really nice, and also drops and stuff like that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
It's like it's also important for me to spread it, and that so people connect themselves with plants, also like with plants that are local, because we are always searching for Ayurveda, for TCM, for other things, but we have so many things in front of our doors, so it's super important.
It makes sense to use what we have near
Yeah,
us.
yeah, and just know the things, you know, and collect them and try them out. Yeah.
Beautiful. So, the Kambo.
Yes.
What is it and how is it used? Please let us know. I see so many frogs in front of me right now, and I'm just like, okay, the frog is taking over.
Yeah, like my first time I did Kambo was like 5 or 4 years ago. I went to a retreat, to an ayahuasca retreat, and there I also connected with the frog and cleared myself, and it was a very deep and strong connection and also great experience. And yeah, there I found the love and connection to the medicine. So basically, this is the Kambo frog.
You want to show everybody? The beautiful, beautiful frog. Nice. So if you're listening and not looking at the video, it's a beautiful green frog.
Yeah, it has a very strong green color.
Yeah.
And the name is Philomedusa bicolor. It's a giant monkey frog who lives in the Amazonian. So he lives in the jungle between Peru, Colombia, Brazil, and up in the Guyana countries. So yeah, the frog is located there. He's like, I guess, 9 till 12 centimeters wide.
Pretty big. Is this
big?
like the actual size? 9 to 10? This is a little bit bigger,
It's
right?
a little bit smaller, this one.
Yeah.
But you can find also frogs this size if they're male, because the males are smaller than the females.
The males are smaller?
Yeah.
Wow.
As always in the nature, females are stronger and bigger.
I love that.
Yeah, and Kambo is the secretion of the frog. So he builds a secretion to protect himself. From other animals who wants to attack or eat him.
Poor frog.
But
I guess a lot of animals want to eat the frog, right? So it's smart to have this.
yeah, but he's very strong in the natural habitat. So every other animals around him know that Kambo isn't a good one to eat, or I don't know, to hunt.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, he builds his secretion on the back and also on the legs and the hands here, and it's like milky white. But he also uses his secretion for he uses it like a sunscreen to protect his skin, and to also stay, how can I say, moistured. And to protect himself from other animals. Yeah.
So it's always on his skin, not only when someone's attacking him, it's just actually there's always a layer.
Yeah,
of the
there's
medicine.
always a layer. It's like transparent, you can see it. Like I've been to Peru to meet the frog this year. And yeah, if you want to collect it, you have to massage the feet, but I'm going to tell you more afterwards. So basically, Kambo is the medicine from the Amazonian and the indigenous tribes. They use it for a lot of things, like for inflammations, for other diseases like malaria, also the yellow fever. Is it in English, right? Gelb fever?
Oh, yellow fever, yes.
Yellow fever, yeah.
Gelb fever.
Gelb fever.
Yeah.
And they also use it to boost their immune system. They use it also with kids.
Wow.
So kids get applicated Kambo very often, and to clean up their energies and the energetic field. And they also use it for clearing up panema. The panema is a word of you can imagine it's like a gray or dark cloud above you, like an energetic blockade. And you don't know what to do in your life. Everything is bad and everything is like it's not flowing. So to get rid of this energy, they use Kambo.
Wow.
As well, yeah. And they use it also before going hunting to just clear up the energies and to strengthen the body. And yeah, we use it basically to also clean up diseases in our bodies and also to release traumas and to help heal our inner self. So there are two ways you can use Kambo. You can combine the spiritual part with the physical, or you can, if you don't believe in the spiritual things, it's also possible.
Yeah.
Like people, they don't have a connection to the spiritual world. That's totally fine. There's also the physical aspect, or if you believe in both things, you just combine them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Because it can also it can really help everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
You don't need to be spiritual or looking for something. I mean, if you have physical problems, it's also really, really, really good for it. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I had the honor to sit with you in ceremony in Peru, and I have always had a long, long life of stomach problems. So does my mom, so does my grandma. And, you know, after one session of Kambo, of clearing, of purging, and we could talk a little bit more about what it means to purge and what that looks like. Like for me, it was going to the toilet, to be honest. I afterwards like noticed in myself that the stomach aches that I've had and the tension in my stomach, which like, I don't know exactly what it's connected to. Maybe it was emotional, maybe it was just physical. But it was really gone. And it's been months since then, and I really feel in my stomach like, wow, there's so much more space. I'm not dealing with these stomach problems anymore. And I'm like so grateful because I've spent years looking in the medical world, also doing emotional work, like really trying to sort this issue out. And then in one session, it's like, boom, okay, now it's gone. So it's actually quite incredible, really.
Kambo works very fast and very deep to clear up emotions or blockades and also diseases. Like it depends on, like I'm not a doctor, I cannot tell you something or promise you something. That's important that you know that. It's just my experience and my belief and my thoughts and what I learned in Peru in the jungle and what I learned here in Germany in my Kambo school. So yeah, it helps with a lot of things. Like it helped myself to heal my problems. I had also stomach problems, gastritis a lot of times. I had also pharyngitis. So many times as a kid, I had a surgery to put out the
tonsils.
Yeah, the tonsils. So yeah, it's also like a big trauma that was here in the throat chakra. And I think it's still going on. Like I release a lot of things, but there's always something popping up, and that's fine because we are here to heal.
Definitely.
And it helped me just to get rid of the diseases. And also last year I've been to Indonesia. I've traveled a lot there, and I got salmonella somehow. I don't know. And it felt so weak and so bad. And I came back to Germany and I didn't know it was salmonella. Everybody told me it's just like Bali belly or something. And I went also there to just get an infusion, like just water to get into my body. And through that injection, I got also some bacteria you get in the hospital.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I came back to Germany and I went to the doctors and did some tests, and they were like, whoa, how can you sit here? You have this, that. And I was like, what? And they wanted to give me antibiotics and all that things. And for the salmonella, you can't do anything. You just have to sit with that for 6 months or something, and they just go out of your body.
Wow.
Yeah, in some while. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, because I had always cramps and I really felt bad. And yeah, So I decided, okay, my last chance is Kambo. And in that time, I knew a friend of mine who was practicing it in the UK near London. So I went there, had 2 Kambo sessions. It was very deep, very strong. I had a lot to release. And after that, like a while, I think 2 weeks after that, like I did a test in between, and it was better. There wasn't so many parasites and bacteria anymore, but they wasn't gone. So I went to other 2 sessions of Kambo in Berlin because my brother lives there and I have a connection there who also does Kambo sessions. So I went there for a group session.
Nice.
And after that, after the 4th session, like my salmonella was gone. All the other bacteria and parasites I had, also everything was fine again. Like after like 6 weeks or 1 month of therapy with Kambo, it was all cleared up and gone, and I was so grateful. And yeah, that was the moment I was like, okay, I have to learn it. I want to work with that. And yeah, the main reason why I wanted to do the Kambo school was my mother, because she has a lot of diseases or had, and yeah, I'm trying to help her also with aromatherapy and also with plant medicine and all that kind of things. But it was like a click in my head, and I was like, okay, I need to do that because Kambo is so powerful. You can heal so many things with that, and yeah, I wanted to do that because of my mother, and now I'm working with her too, and I helped her a lot right now. That's crazy. She had like 3 sessions before I went to Peru, and in these 3 sessions she had like digestive problems as well and constipation problems for 2 years now. It was crazy, and yeah, it released a lot. It released so many things. Like, yeah, she also lost weight. She's more like active. Yeah, it's super crazy.
It's amazing.
Not only energetically, but also like yeah, physically, it cleaned up so many things in her. And yeah, she's going to the toilet regularly now.
This is amazing.
She's very good.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, as I came back from Peru, she had like problems with the leg, and she got diagnosed a cyst.
A cyst.
A cyst, yeah, in the leg, like in the, what is it called?
The calf?
Yeah, calf. And a cyst is like your body make a cyst if there are a lot of toxins in your body released or in your cells released, and a cyst collects them all into a bubble. And the doctors told her, okay, she has to do a surgery because it's big and it's not good. It has to come up. And I told her no. So I applicated her Kambo one time because she went on holiday after that. So we couldn't do the 3 sessions in one row. So only one time. And I applicated her. And the next day, it was so crazy. The next day after the Kambo session, she felt really released and her leg didn't hurt anymore. So she went to the doctor and they told her that cyst is just exploded and it's it dissolves. It's dissolving now, like the body is clearing it up, or how can I say it?
Yeah. Digesting it, basically.
It's so crazy. And
it's really amazing.
That showed me again the power of this medicine, and and I'm so thankful for that. It's so crazy.
You told me this yesterday, and I honestly was so emotional. And again, now when you tell me, just like, first of all, that you started this to connect with your mom and help your mom, and also like through your own journey with your physical body, there's so much power in that, that you find something that really works, and you see, okay, like this is, I mean, like the cyst was gone, right? It's like a real, I do something and then something really manifests from that, something really happens. I find it so incredible.
It's so crazy, yeah.
And, you know, I have a background in nursing, and I am very, very grateful for the medical system. in times we really need it. You know, I had my appendix removed. I'm really grateful for that. My birth, if there wasn't a medical system, I wouldn't be here, basically. Really, truly. But when I hear these kind of stories of people who can really heal themselves using alternative therapies, it's also like, it gives me so much hope, and I'm so happy we can talk about it with everybody, because there are other ways. And I think sometimes we get so stuck, like, okay, I don't really know what to do. I don't really know how I can heal this thing. But the fact that, you know, there's something like this, I mean, like, what a gift that this frog exists and secretes something that can be so useful for us as human beings to be able to really heal our bodies. It's incredible, really. And I'm so happy you found it and are now sharing it with people and really seeing big transformations.
Yeah. I'm so grateful. Like, I can't imagine a life without Kambo anymore, because like I can heal myself everywhere where I go, basically. Like, I can applicate it myself because I learned it. So don't do that. But yeah, I'm super grateful. I also know a girl. I met her on a retreat. In that time she was around 40, and she had cancer, like cancer with the feminine
like
organs.
uterine cancer.
Yeah, and it was in the middle stadium, so she decided to work with Kambo every week for, I think, 6 or 9 months, nearly a year.
Yeah.
And she healed herself. She went to the doctors and they were like, wow, what did you do? There's nothing left. Nothing.
It's amazing.
It's so crazy, yeah. You can heal a lot of things with that. And of course there are also scientific proofs and scientific records.
Research.
On Kambo. I think the first one was 1980 something. Yeah, and they researched what is in this secretion. Like, it's you can't tell it's a venom, because everybody says, okay, it's the venom of the frog. No, it isn't, because the definition of venom is different than the secretion of the frog. It consists of super bioactive peptides, and it's natural. So there's nothing that is venomous. Venomous?
Yeah, like poisonous.
Yeah, poisonous. So
it's also interesting to make that switch, because I also thought it was the venom. So I thought of it, okay, like it's a poison that we're putting in our body, but it's different also to think, okay, it's actually a secretion which has healing properties.
Yeah, it's a mixture. It's a bioactive cocktail of peptides, and we all have peptides in our body. It's, for example, our hormones, insulin, it's oxytocin as well. All these things are peptides in our body, and Kambo has a lot of them, and some of them they did research on some of them, and one of them, for example, is 40 times stronger than morphium. So yeah, so it kills bad cells and diseases in your cells and the body, and helps to release it.
It's amazing.
So it's super crazy. And also last year, 2022, a girl from Berlin, on the Berlin Charité University, she wrote her doctor thesis about Kambo and how it works, and so you can find that online. It's in German, but I think you can also translate it. But a lot of research papers are in English that were made before that.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to know more information going into the nitty-gritty, there is stuff online.
Yeah. I can also send you the link, so people can search it up.
Perfect. Yeah. I would love to, like, not looking at the research, but more like the ceremony setting, or what it would actually look like, just so people have an idea in their mind, because like I had no idea. And to be quite frank with you, before we did the ceremony, I don't know if you remember, but I was really nervous. I was shaking. I was like, oh my God,
what is that?
Because it's something so foreign, right? Like, okay, what are we doing here, you know? So just to give like a little rundown for people so they have an idea how it works, what's happening to the body, what you're doing. Yeah, let's paint a picture.
So basically the medicine, the secretion of the frog, is put it on a wooden stick. You can see it here maybe.
Yes. So for the people listening, there's basically a stick that looks like a popsicle stick that you have with ice cream.
Yeah.
That's like what I think about it. And on it, there's like a little gloss.
Yeah, it's glossy right now because it's dry. And as I told you before, they produce it on the back and on the hands and on the legs, the frogs. Mm-hmm. And you just scratch it with a wooden stick, just normal, like soft, and put it on another stick and let it dry. And if it dries, it's like glossy. And
it looks a little bit like glue, to be honest, when I look at the stick.
It's gluey also, yeah. And if you want to activate it, you just put a few water drops on it, on the medicine, and it becomes moisture again. So it's milky again. Mm-hmm. And then then I form with a knife little dots. Mm-hmm. And this is the medicine I put on your skin. So to start from the beginning.
Yes.
You use Kambo by applicate it on the skin. Like you burn the first layer of the skin, mm-hmm. the first, I just know the word in German.
No problem.
Derma
the first
layer.
Exactly,
yeah.
You can say it in English also, yeah.
And you burn it with a wooden stick. It's just a small burn, so it's...
I want to say something about this
because you were scared, right?
Yeah, and when you say it, it sounds really scary, like you burn the skin, But to be honest, it felt almost like nothing. Like it was just like for a little second, there was a little feeling of burning, but it's not so painful actually. Yeah.
I think everybody knows the feeling getting burned by a cigarette by accident or something. It's just a bit like that, but less, I would say.
Way less.
Because a cigarette is much more bigger.
Yeah.
So, I can also show I don't know if you can see that. I have dots on my skin here.
Yeah. So for people who are listening, she's showing just what it looks like on the skin. So it basically looks like little red dots, very, very faint on the skin. Yeah.
It's just like dots you burning in the first layer of the skin. So you don't bleed from that.
No.
And it's just to remove the first layer of the skin to open your lymphatic system. Because there is where the Kambo medicine works in your lymphatic system. After that, I put the dots on your gates, like the burnt skin that is open. It's called gates. And
the gates to our body.
The gates to our lymphatic system.
I love that.
And through that lymphatic system, the secretion and the peptides in the secretion works through your body. You can imagine it. It works like a body scan. Mm-hmm. The frog is scanning your body and your system energetically, but also physically, where the most bad things are collected. And of course, you have to set an intention before. I'm gonna tell you more about it later. And the frog activates the parts in your body where you have to release something, like illness or also a blockade. And that is gonna be like, I don't know how to say that reaction of your body is basically you're gonna purge or you're gonna go to the toilet. You can shake, you can scream, you can do whatever you want. And to start from the beginning, I start a ceremony by smudging the room, by clearing up the space, creating a safe space. I smudge the person, I smudge myself with Palo Santo, with white sage, also with mapacho. Mapacho is tobacco that is 20 times stronger than commercial tobacco.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It's the indigenous tobacco, And indigenous people, they use it to clear up spaces as well. And they smoke it as well. Yeah. It's very strong. But it cleans up energies as well. So I clean up the space and our energies. And then we sit down, you're telling me about your intention, what you want to release, what you want to invite in your life, what problems you have, physical, mental, or just blockades, what you feel, what you want to let go with the session and with the help of the frog. And yeah, and then we connecting by meditating, like I guide meditation, and we connecting with the frog, with the medicine. You meet the frog, and yeah, tell him your intention, what you wanna let go, with what he can help you today, and what you wanna invite in your life. And yeah, you just thank him, and that's the beginning of the ceremony. I offer also rapé before the ceremony or in between the process, depends on the people. And also sananga. Sananga are eye drops that burns in the eyes to clear up your vision, your intention, also to heal your eyes. Yeah, and rapé is a tobacco. It's like a powder. You blow through the nose.
Do you want to show them?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful applicator, so for those who can see.
Like, this is the applicator.
Yeah.
For the rapé.
It's basically a long
like a
wooden stick, no?
A wooden stick, yeah, with a hole where you can blow through it. It's like a straw, right? But with another.
With two sides. Yeah, like
with
a
two
straw.
sides. Yeah. And rapé is a powder. It's made out of the tobacco, the Aztecan tobacco. It's the one that's 20 times stronger than commercial tobacco.
Great.
And yeah, the tribes in the Amazonian, I can also show, it's just like a gray powder, like very, very
Fine.
fine
Very
powder.
fine, yeah.
And they mix it with ashes of trees, different
wow, I
trees,
didn't know
different tribes, and different different tribes use different plants and trees with the tobacco.
Wow.
And they mix it, and they sing mantras, and
Beautiful
yeah,
energy.
they make really sacred ceremonies to make the rapé. And yeah, the most common rapés are from the Yavanava tribes in Brazil, from the Huni Queens, or from the Catuquina. There are a lot of different types of rapés. Like there are rapés that ground yourself more. There are rapés that contain also DMT to just let your mind and third eye open to the universe. But there are also rapés, for different topics, for different chakras, also with feminine or masculine power. So yeah, I work also with rapé to ground yourself before the ceremony, like I did in Peru. If you're afraid or your brain is always thinking about something that could happen or not, so to just ground yourself, to prepare yourself, and to be in your own energy. It helped a lot. Yeah, and after the meditation to connect with the frog, I start applicate the Kambo medicine, dot per dot, on your skin. And there are more methods to applicate Kambo. I learned a softer method. It's a combination between traditional Chinese medicine. I work with acupuncture points as well. So if you want to heal some special parts of your body, we're just gonna find out where the acupuncture dots or points are, and we can work with that points. So just by putting the dots on the parts of the body.
Wow.
So it's directly there, and it can directly affect or go into the system.
Wow, very strong.
Yes. So, yeah, and after the first dot, it's like you feel warm. You have like warmth in your brain and your head, and your heart starts to raise. Like the blood pressure rises as well. You can feel cold. You can start shaking, because these are all symptoms and things that your body wants to release something. You can feel your fingers a little bit numb. That can happen too, but that's completely normal and nothing bad. And yeah, after a few dots I applicate, at some point you start to feel sick in your stomach, And I always guide you and I ask you how you feel, where the medicine works, what you think, and all that kind of things. And if you tell me, like, in a scale from 1 to 10, you tell me, like, you're sick, something around 5 and 6, I'm telling you to start drinking water. Because, most important thing is that you don't eat 8 to 12 hours before the Kambo session. It's much more easier on an empty stomach.
Definitely.
Because you're gonna purge. And therefore you have to drink the water to purge. Because all the toxins, like your body shoots all the toxins in your stomach and it's collecting it in the stomach in the acid of your stomach. And you're gonna release it. So while you drink water, I smudge also Palo Santo and sage, and I also work with Brussels.
You can say that, yeah.
And drums to trigger your body and your mind to clean all the toxins up, to purge, to help you release it. And that's the process. So you can also feel you have to go to the toilet.
Which is what happened to me.
Yeah, that can also happen. It's usually, like, I experience it usually for myself. It was like I purged a lot and afterwards I went to the toilet and released myself also there. But it's not a must. Like, some people only purge, some people only go to the toilet. Depends also on how many dots I applicate. If it's just softer, sometimes it happens that you don't even purge. But
really? Wow.
It's like a microdose, or someone is like really scared of it and wants to try it and just connect with the spirit. That's also a method, but it's not like the usual one. You want to clear up things, you have to put more dots.
And you have to also go into the purge, right?
And you have to go through the process. Even if you feel so sick and so bad, you just have to let it be and let it go and accept it in that moment.
Absolutely. It's kind of like ice bathing. You're like, I really felt that way when I was doing it. Like, you're in it and it's intense. It's not extremely overwhelmingly intense, I would say. It's pretty manageable. It feels like getting sick, like getting like a stomach flu, but for a short period of time. And and then to just allow it and accept it and okay, like this is how it is. And also to release it. For me, it's such a cool understanding of myself that like I can actually release these things out of my body, and in that it actually feels really good because I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I feel it leaving my body. Also connecting, for me, I connected with topics around control and jealousy, so also to like feel it coming up and out was so relieving. It's like, okay, get this out of me. I don't want this in me, you know.
And it's also the most important thing during the process is that you really think about your intention, what you want to heal in yourself, what you want to let go, what diseases, traumas, energies, what you want to let go. Like, it's very important because in that process you feel very sick and everybody has the thoughts of, oh fuck, why I'm doing that. It's like, it feels so
intense,
bad. I will never do it again in my life. How many times I had these thoughts, you know?
Really, and you keep doing it.
And after that, you feel so released and so good. And also, like, directly after the process, depends on how hard your process was. It's like you can feel you can feel a little bit tired and you just want to relax, drink a tea and sleep a little bit. But 1 or 2 days later, you're so much more powerful, you have so much more energy, you're motivated. And it's so interesting because, like, in my experience, in my case, I always feel so cleaned up. I just want to eat super clear, drink super clear things like teas. Like, I usually eat healthy and don't drink soft drinks or something like that. But after Kambo, it's the pressure in myself is much bigger, you know, like the I don't know,
the desire.
The desire, the desire.
Makes sense.
to move your body, to stay motivated, and to
you
do
feel so
things.
clean. You're just like, I want to keep this feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
I can say it for myself because afterwards I really felt, I really felt like a new person. It was like being reborn from the inside out, like clean and clear, and like especially in the stomach region, just to have this like full cleanse of getting things out that shouldn't be there. It's you really, wow, it's really powerful.
Yeah. And usually you applicate Kambo, like I learned that in a moon phase, like from full moon to full moon. Usually you get like 3 sessions, because that's the best thing, to go deeper. With every session you go deeper and deeper. You have to imagine it's like an onion. You peel off the layers and you go deeper and deeper, so you can heal yourself deeper. It's depending also on your intention, what you want to heal. If it's like a disease, if it's a strong disease, if it's something that is just, I don't know, on the top layers, you know. But you feel it from every process to every process. You feel the difference, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Yeah.
I mean, you've done it so many times on yourself. How many times would you say?
Well, I don't know. Like, since I learned it, I applicate myself, I think, 10 times already. And before I learned how to use Kambo, and before I did the school, I think I got like 20 sessions done.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the experience like the deeper you got, like the more times you did it? Because I did it the one time and it was deep, but I'm curious what the depth is. Yeah, what's the next level?
It's super individual. Like I can't say it's gonna be like that or this. So for myself, I had always intentions, like special intentions, to let go diseases or also energetic things. So like I said, last year was salmonella and the parasites.
Yeah, wow.
And in that case, I felt like the first 2 sessions in the UK, they were so strong, because it was Kambo after a while, after I think 5 or 4 months. So it was very, very deep. It was so much purging, and it was, super intense. But I also got like 15 dots. That's a lot, because usually you start with 3 or 4 dots with women, and 5 to 6 dots with men. And depends on the experience and also on the intention. And we do a kinesiological body test before, to find out if your body wants to receive Kambo this day and how many dots. But I also, if the people aren't connected with their selves and the body and the energy, I also decided, because I can feel what's good and what's not good.
Yeah. And 15 is really a lot.
Yeah, but it was necessary.
Yeah, it makes sense to go deep.
I just accepted it, and I just let it go.
Surrendered
That's
to
why
the process.
So if you have a hard session, it's like also your face can swell up, like it was swollen up like a frog. Basically, it's called also frog face.
It doesn't sound so nice, but
I can show you pictures
of
that. Like my
good.
lips and all that were so like Botox is nothing, I guess. It's super crazy, like a
But
balloon.
it goes away quite fast.
It goes away, after a while, like 1 hour or 3 hours.
3 hours with frog face, okay.
Yeah, it depends on your lymphatic system and on how your body works.
Yeah.
And that's also a normal reaction. Depends also, while you're purging, if you are like lean forwards the whole time.
Yeah.
The liquids of your body, I don't know how to call them in English, they just flow into your first layers of the skin. So that's why you got the puffy face. If you just sit straight
makes sense.
and just purge, like if you just lean forwards while you're purging, it's better, because the liquids in your body can flow naturally.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, if you all the time lean forward, it's gonna swallow up
Makes
your
a lot of
face.
sense. Yeah.
But it depends also. That's completely individual.
Yeah. It didn't
As
happen
well.
to me. I had no frog face.
Yeah,
and
no.
or any of the other people, but we also
that's
had
true.
a small dose, just three dots, which
That
were
was quite
quite
lighter.
intense anyways.
Yeah, it was like lighter, like less dots, but it's also sometimes it's better to go softer through the process, like slower, not softer, but slower, to just feel the medicine, to feel
To
the
connect with it.
reaction in your body, how you feel, and also to go through the process, to accept it and to just go through it and to be brave and to be strong and to remember your intention, what you want to let go.
Absolutely.
And why you're doing that.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you get stuck in between the process, and rapé helps as well. If you blow the rapé through the nose, then it's just gonna, it's like a opener, you know. It's gonna help you to purge more or to just release the things that are stuck into you. Or also with the sounds, with the rustles or the drums, or some people triggers the smudging, like me.
Really?
I always need the sage or Palo Santo.
Yeah.
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm only purging if I smell Palo Santo.
Interesting.
Or sometimes if I smell white sage. That's my trigger point. You have to find out, like I find out the trigger point of the person.
Yeah.
And I feel also what's good and what's not good.
Yeah.
And to help to release it.
Makes total sense. I'm curious, like, because I know that there's so many benefits, but just to ask, and I hope we don't scare anybody, but what are first of all, what are the contraindications? What should you be careful of? And also, have you had ever, I mean, every experience is different, but has there ever been something that's gone wrong, if that could even happen in your experience? So first of all, the contraindications. So
like, the contraindications are, for example, if you have organ transplants, that's the reason for that is because Kambo wants to get rid of all the toxins and of all the things that are not part of your body. And if you have an organ transplant, that's basically naturally not yours.
Yes.
And it can happen that it's gonna like
reject it.
Yeah, reject it after that. So that's the most important contraindicator. In that case, I won't apply Kambo.
Makes sense.
And also like heart diseases, if you have heart problems or if you had heart attacks, it's also a contraindicator.
Yeah, because it stimulates, right?
Yeah, because the blood pressure rises and your heart beats faster.
Yeah.
So it's very strong for your heart. So that's why it's a contraindicator. What else? If you had like a surgery less than 6 months before, depends on the surgery. If it's just something in your mouth with the teeth or something, it's fine. But if it's like a very deep surgery, it's better to let your body recover first for 6 months.
Yeah.
Because your body needs the energy to recover the surgery and all that to process it. So that's why. Because you're too weak for that then.
Makes sense. So how long should you wait? Like
6 months.
6 months, okay.
Yeah, usually. Depends on the surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's like a light surgery, then it's fine. Or if it's something on your toe, that's also fine.
But I could imagine afterwards it's even more beneficial because if you have a surgery, the body goes through some kind of trauma.
Yeah.
And then once it's healed, to also use Kambo to, I don't know, get rid of what didn't fit, anything that's left over.
Yeah, that's true. Can be also that it can release all the energies from the surgery and also the narcose?
Yeah, narcotics,
Yeah, narcotics. It's also not good for the body, so you can release it with that. By the way, Kambo helps also to release rests of medications you took in the past, like antibiotics and all the things. Yeah. It releases all the toxins and all the stuff that is stuck in your system.
It's really amazing.
And what else? Contraindicators. For example, if you're very like, I don't know how to say, if you pass out a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like your system is very very
Sensitive
weak or sensitive. Can be also a contraindicator, but I always speak to the person. I do like a diagnosis, if you take medications or not, how many times, how often, and all these kind of things to just make sure it's fine for you to work with Kambo.
Yeah. I remember you came to us with a nice list of things just to make sure, which is really important when you're working with this kind of medicine, to make sure that you're also in a good state physically and mentally.
Yeah. And also another important thing is that you are, psychically, psychologically aware and don't have like a strong disease. How can I say, like schizophrenia
or psychosis? Yeah, absolutely.
Something like this that can be also dangerous, and epilepsy as well. Depends on the
severity or
yeah.
It's very similar with the Wim Hof method, to be, especially with the breathing, to be really careful with these kind of things.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just asking. I give you questions before that, like the questionnaire. Also because of the laws in Germany, just to be safe and sure.
Makes total sense.
I also ask for permission to burn your skin and all that. That's so important that you sign it and that you approve it, and you're totally fine with that.
I mean, with these processes, right? It's not that there's a risk, but you're going through a big process, and you also have to be able to have the awareness and the capacity to hold the process, right? And it's not for everybody. Kambo is really, I don't know how you feel about it, but like I believe that there are medicines that are out there, and not everything is for everybody.
No.
There has to be also a calling.
Yes, of course. Like to every plant medicine, to every other kind of things, you have to have the call.
Yeah.
You have to have something in your mind, and something is calling you, that you have to work with that medicine and want to heal yourself, or it comes to you just by coincidence.
That's what happened with me, you know?
Yeah, it just comes to you, like these kind of things. Yeah, I think it's also important to have the calling and the feeling that you want to try it and you want to heal yourself with this method. And not only because someone told you that's good, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you have to be open-minded and you have to feel it.
And when the calling comes, I would also say, for me, something I'm learning more and more is when the calling comes, or when the invitation is there, to also go for it.
Yeah.
Because that's been a big learning for me. I think in the past there was many invitations, many situations where there was incredible things present, but there was a part of me that was afraid. And I'm so grateful, you know, that in Peru the opportunity came up. And although I was afraid, you know, there was fear, but I also trusted. I trusted you, I trusted myself, I trusted the medicine. And I'm really, really grateful I did that, because it had such a profound effect on me. And also we got to connect, and now we're sitting here and get to do another session. So say yes to the invitations that come if they're there. Don't let the fear get in the way.
Yeah, that's totally the thing. But I mean, of course, it's always important to have a certain respect and a certain to be thankful, and a certain distance to it. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
What is that?
Definitely a respect would make sense.
But you don't have to be afraid at all. Like, Kambo can't kill you or whatever. You can see a lot of stories in the newspapers or videos on YouTube, like horror stories.
I saw those when I researched it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm glad I didn't see this before I did Kambo, because it scared me really.
Yeah, and that's really, I don't like it, because these are people that use Kambo in a different kind of way. Yeah. Like much more stronger, without knowing any background or any. Also, you have to diagnose the person before, and talk to the person, to even to see the contraindicators if there are any, and to feel the person, you know, and not only applicate it, like I don't know how many dots, 30 dots, and then you just feel so sick and so weak. And of course it's a trauma then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it depends also what kind of method you're using.
Yeah.
Because the indigenous people and the Amazonian, they don't know the methods we are using here. What I learned in combination with the TCM, the slower one, the softer method.
Yeah.
They just burn the skin, they applicate it, and then you run to the river and purge your soul out of your body. Like, you can imagine that. And that's also like, that causes also trauma, especially for people here in the Western world.
Yeah.
So that's why I learned it here, to have like more knowledge about it and more background.
Yeah, and also that it works with the people that you're serving it to, right?
Yeah.
I was so grateful that you did a slower method because, like I said, I had a lot of fear and I had a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And I think also being able to have a process where I could handle it.
Yeah.
And not that I was, like you're saying, like, I don't want to throw out my soul. Maybe not yet. Maybe at one point I'll be there.
Yeah.
But to be able to use it in a way that's also comfortable.
Yeah, and to connect also why you're doing that with your intention and to just, let it flow through your body. Even if sometimes you suffer more because it takes more time than the classical method where you put all the dots in one time. Yeah. So you immediately after seconds, you feel so sick and so weak. So you purge, and then it's gone. But in the case I do it, it's like, it's softer, you can get used to it, you can feel the medicine, you can connect with it, you can go deeper with it, and you can just trust yourself and the process. You have to learn to go through it, even if it feels bad in that moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what else? I forgot.
That's okay. No, I'm so grateful for all this information, and I really hope that for the people listening that it was something that also resonates or doesn't resonate, but I'm grateful that you can give such a great explanation of it. And I want to really say, because when we worked together, I also had the feeling that you're so professional in the way you do it. And it's also really important, right? Like, not only did I feel really safe and held the whole time, which is one part of it, but like, there was a level of professionalism in it that also really helped me in the process to feel safe and to feel calm and to trust the medicine and trust the process. Because when you go in something so intense, it's also important that there's a space where you can feel held and safe and know that the person has it under control,
Yeah, it's super important to create like a sacred space, like a safe space and a safe room. Yeah. That's the most important thing, and that's what I'm trying always to do, so the person feels very comfortable. Also, if you don't know the person for a long time, it's also different or difficult for people to purge or go to the toilet in front of a person you don't know. So
absolutely.
that's
it's
why
a barrier.
I'm telling always my clients, that's fine. It's totally natural. We are here to clear up your systems, and that's what's going to happen in the process, and you can trust me, I'm here for you. And even if you can't anymore, it's not a problem at all. You can just talk to me and I can just put the dots away, and the reaction of the body stops immediately. So
hey, that's really good to know.
That's also a thing. And also there's nothing to be afraid of, because the worst thing that can happen is you pass out. Oh. But that's also, I don't know, it's not that often. Yeah. 1 in 10 persons, I guess. Yeah. It depends. That's why I do the diagnosis before, and ask you if you have low or high blood pressure or anything like this. If you're weak or if you passed out in your life, all that. Usually it doesn't happen. But if, then I know how to deal with that, and I know how to support you and how to wake you up, and then I can also put the dots away, and then you just wake up normally again.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect to know that like the worst case situation is really still safe. Yeah, and that you know what you're doing and you know how to deal with it, and it's also good to know. I didn't know this, that you could take the dots off and it would stop the process.
Yeah.
But it's really good to know that.
It's not good because then you're stopping the process,
Yeah.
and it's very important to go through it.
I agree.
Of course, if
Yeah.
someone really can't handle it anymore, it's fine.
Has it happened to you before where you actually had to take the dots off someone?
No.
I mean, I feel also
honest,
when you're in the process, it's you might as well
It's
just
too
go through
late.
it. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Because
just
you're
go
in the
through
middle
it.
of something, you have to go through it. Because if you're stopping it, you're stuck somewhere.
Yeah,
and you can't go forward.
absolutely.
So, and also with the method I work with the dots, I applicate like one dot after another.
Yeah.
After a while, it's also softer, so you can feel it. If I, for example, burn you 5 gates, and and I applicated you 3 or 4 dots, and I ask you always, hey, is it okay? I would applicate the 5th dot, the last dot. Are you fine with that?
Yeah.
And you're telling me, no, please wait, or no, I don't think so today. That's totally fine. I just leave it. It's totally up to you also. And I always talk to you, and you can always talk to me in the process. That's what I'm here for. And that's important too. And you asked me about a bad experience. For myself, to be honest, I never had a bad experience. And also with clients, I never had a bad experience since now. So, I don't know, but I think in the way I'm working, there could not happen anything really bad, to be honest. That's why I'm working with the slower method. But of course, you read a lot in newspapers and horror stories, but that is most of the times because the people don't know how to applicate Kambo and how to work with that medicine and how to work with people. Because in some cases, I read a story that someone drank like 8 liters of water before the Kambo. That's crazy. That's not even possible for the body to process it. Of course, something like organs can explode then in your body. Like 8 liters, your body can't take more than 6 liters of water, I guess, in one time. Also because of the minerals and all that. That's super dangerous, and you have to know these things. That's important.
Absolutely.
So and also like where you applicate them. For example, if you applicate one dot at the ear, it's super strong, and I would only use that with clients or do that with clients that have experience with Kambo. And it also depends on the secretion. If it's male or female, if it's strong, if it's not strong. But it also depends on your body and on how you feel that day. So.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you share that. Thank you, and also that you have the awareness to be able to work with it. And I can vouch for it because I had the experience. And like I said, I felt very safe, and it was a incredibly deep process, but something that could also be contained. And I just, what you were mentioning right now about the male or the female toad, I would just like to share, because I thought it was so interesting that in our session you used the female frog, and the female secretion is stronger. And I thought, like, wow, there's so much power in that, that actually the female has, not that it has stronger medicine, but in a way it does.
It does, but in the nature, many female animals are stronger or bigger. Like spiders are also, like the female spiders are usually bigger than the male. And it's crazy, the nature.
It's interesting. It's really, really interesting. Wow. Well, I think I really just want to close by giving thanks and reverence to the Kambo frog. I mean, really, that
powerful.
Yeah, that it exists and that we can be so lucky to use its medicine. And grateful to you that you created the connection with the frog. And grateful for all of you listeners that you have listened this long to us. And I hope that there's something from this that you can take away or that resonates. And thank you, Nicole, for your time.
Thank you too for having me.
My pleasure. If people want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best way to connect, and how can they go about doing that?
So if they want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram. It's Kambo minus
Underscore or minus?
Ein underscore.
Underscore.
München.
Yeah.
So Kambo Munich.
Yeah. And I'll put it in the notes also so you can find it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and I'm working on a homepage right now, so it's not online yet, but I think till next year it's gonna be online.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, then I can send you the infos about it too.
And so most of your sessions are in Munich. That's where you do it.
Like for now, I'm just doing home ceremonies. Like I'm going to the people's home.
Yeah.
Because I had an experience, if someone comes into your space, into your home, you feel much more comfortable because you have your own toilet, you have your own couch, your own bed, and you have your space, and you don't have to rush by car home, I don't know how many kilometers, if you feel weak or just want to lay down and sleep.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I clear up the space. And
that's beautiful.
So I had a good experience with that, and also because I don't have a room in Munich, but I'm looking for one, and
I love that you go to people's homes. I mean, I think it also makes sense, and if anyone in Munich knows a place, then maybe they can also reach out.
I will be grateful.
Amazing.
So let's see next year what's coming up, and
many beautiful things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you too for
having me. Thank you for your work. My pleasure.
Thank you for the listeners, and what I wanted to share at the end. It was such a pleasure to meet the frog in Peru in the jungle and to search for it and to collect the secretion on my own and to connect with that. And it was so important to me to connect personally with the spirit of the frog, to have the frog on my hands and really feel it and really to be thankful for it. And that's the thing I wanted to share.
I'm really actually happy you say that.
Value for me, and I'm grateful.
I think it's also really interesting because I know for me, I know we're supposed to end it, but we're going to take a second before we end it because I know that I was also wondering how it's done, and just knowing that you also collect it yourself.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little of the process just before we take a minute or two? You know.
So basically, you go. Searching in the jungle, in the middle of the jungle, for the frogs. They're night active, so you start by 9 or 10 in the evening, and you just make like barking sounds because they don't quack like usual frogs do. They just quack, bark like I can't do the sound.
like rough, like a dog.
Like rough, like something like this, but deeper.
Interesting.
There are also videos you can put the sound on YouTube, so you can listen to it if you're interested. And you imitate the barking. So the shamans I went in the jungle with, they imitate it, and then the frogs respond to it. So you just listen to it, and you go with the flashlight, and you just check the trees because they sit I think 6 till 10 meters above the ground in the trees, and they're very light green. You can see they're really like this. So if you search for them with the flashlight, you just climb up the tree, or you just grab a long stick and they just climb on it. They're super easy, they're super chilly and super calm. So then you have them on your hands and you connect with them, and they just sit there. They don't move fast because they're super chill. And to collect the secretion, it's also a big thing in the Amazonian rainforest. There are a lot of types and also bad people that collect the secretion. While poking them with needles in the head or something. I don't like that. That's so bad. There are also people that kill the frogs. That's also so bad. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to check myself and to find a good source, good-hearted people that really release the frogs and are thankful for the secretion and all that. And I found the people, so I'm super happy and grateful. And we collected the medicine by massaging the feet and
I love that.
And the hands, like just massage it, like just I don't know how to say it, just press it and just trigger it a little bit. So they make the medicine. They make the secretion on the toes and on the hands. And then you collect it with the stick, and you just put it on another stick and let it dry. Yeah, this process takes some while because, yeah, the frogs don't feel too much triggered by just massaging the feet. There's also another method. The tribes, they put some strings around the feet and the hands. So basically they're like an X. How can I say
like an
that?
X,
Like an X.
like Jesus.
Yeah. That's also not cool to see, to be honest. But I have another view right now because I asked the people in the jungle. They always treat the frog with so much respect, and they believe in the spirit of the frog and of their energy and power. So they don't harm them, and they don't kill them or don't do anything bad to them. So while they are putting the strings on the feet, it's also the reason because after they release them, they have like a mark. It's like a white mark or something like this. So they can see if other people go searching for the frogs and they find one that has the strings left, they know, okay, it was harvested like some time ago. I just leave it there and I just wait. I just let it recover.
Leave it alone, yeah.
Yeah, leave it alone and let it recover. And yeah, by that you can see that they have been harvested. So you leave them and just release them again and be grateful. Yeah, and it's so important to connect with it and be grateful, like really to be thankful for the medicine and to honor it and yeah, connect with it.
It's so beautiful. It's also beautiful that you've done it yourself and held them and connected so deeply.
Yeah, and they're so cute with the round, big eyes. Yeah, really cute.
I love it.
It's a special frog. Also, the shape. It's like completely different than normal frogs. And the legs, they're so long, like spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to meet one of these frogs one day.
Yeah, you will definitely. If you're
I
in the
guess
jungle.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go next year again, search for them and connect with them. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you
Really,
too.
I appreciate it so much. And I think you know how I want to close today.
Yeah,
I want you to play the frog. Maybe you want to do it near the microphone so people can hear, but we're going to play our beautiful frog.
So I have an instrument. It's made out of wood. It's a frog. And usually I start and close the ceremony with that.
Oh, I love it.
So
It sounds like a frog. It's so beautiful.
it's the frog instrument.
Wow.